Okay, look at this. Have a look in front. Hey, this is a rhino midden, specifically a white rhino midden. And you can see it's got quite a few like fresh bits on it. Basically, a rhino midden is a giant pile of which is used by the white rhinos. They use this thing to actually mark their territory, which is really cool because if you guys are on safari, you're very likely to find these things along roadsides. And it's kind of cool the way that we've sort of, for once, maybe shaped our environment in a way that's not totally horrible. Because rhinos now with these roads, like the one that I'm driving on, they can use those as natural territory boundaries. So rhinos, white rhinos, are very, very territorial. Sometimes they have quite tiny territories, maybe just a couple of square kilometers. And so these markings are very, very important to them. And by having roads here, you know, we've got one rhino that obviously lives on the side of the road. We'll call him Fred. And then we'll have another rhino that lives on the other side of the road. We'll call him Harold. And so, you know, it's so cool because now, you know, back in the day, Fred would have been like, okay, so my territory, it's between that tree and that tree. No, it's between... No, that tree, where's my territory? Where's my line? And now we've made roads, so they know exactly where their lines are. So Harold walks up to the road here. He knows other side of the road is Fred's space. Just to make it clear, white rhinos don't only use roads as their boundaries. They'll use pretty much anything. They'll use whatever's there. But, you know, roads is just an example. You know, if there's a road in their area, they're likely to use it as a territory. What happens if Harold goes into Fred's space? It's not so good. Yeah, they don't often fight. They won't kind of come to blows because they know that they can kill each other and they'd rather not kill each other. But they have a very sort of highly ritualized form of fighting where they go back and forth, often without even touching each other, just to kind of establish, you know, who's dominant. But generally, the poo pile, that is enough. They see that and they think, okay, well, I'm not even gonna bother with that. I'm not gonna go get myself into trouble. If they're in the mood to cause crap, yeah, they can go into that territory of the other male and seek out a female in that territory. And yeah, that'll get them killed. Probably. That's when they'll actually do some fighting. Boys, they don't like to share. I have a tendency to ramble, and I ramble on and on and on and on and on and on and on. But yeah, the poop pile itself is very interesting. I'm not allowed to get out of my car here, but I'm gonna grab some poop. Conveniently, there's some poop right next to the car. This is white rhino poop. And it's really, really cool. Rhinos are like elephants. They've got horrible digestive systems. So all of this food, they eat grass and it just comes out the same way that it goes in. So this is dry. I mean, smell it. It actually smells quite nice. It's kind of herby and cool. Yeah, it's actually really nice. So yeah, it's dry and it's just grass. There's actually nothing in this that can hurt you. I wouldn't pick up carnivore poo because that's full of horrible, nasty, evil bacteria. But this rhino poo is actually quite nice. And the way that they use these middens, the big male, he'll poop on this pile. He'll also probably pee on the pile. And if you've ever seen a rhino pee, they actually shoot it. Shut. Poo all over my car. They actually shoot their pee backwards like this. And so once he's got a good mixture of both things in his pile, he'll often take his back feet and he'll kind of wipe them like this, and then he'll walk along the roadside. And so he actually spreads that out. So other rhinos approaching the territory, not only do they have a road, but they've got this big long scent trail where they can really, they know that this is someone else's space. Really, when it comes to rhinos, there's no excuses. One rhino should not be in another rhino's space. It shouldn't really come to that. They have their territories. But yeah, so that is how the poo pile works. And interestingly, in places like game reserves where they've made their poo piles on roads, we actually kind of assist the rhinos in marking their territory. Because I mean, I've just put my tires a little bit over this poo pile here, and as I drive down the road now, I'm gonna spread his scent around. So yeah, so that is a white rhino midden. We really need to save our rhinos at the moment, because I don't know if I will be able to tell you anything about white rhino middens in 10 years, because we might not have any. So yeah, save the rhino.